Greetings and blessings. Thank you so much for joining Master Chef Nat in the Kitchen Lab for more flavor seasoned recipes. Today we are making my Basil seasoned chicken and cabbage medley. Let's get started. Get you some oil. It can be, I'm using grapeseed oil. You can use whatever oil you have on hand. And drizzle about a tablespoon of oil. Now I have rinsed my chicken, cleaned it, and let it dry in like a strainer. I'm going to put my seasoning mixture in here. In my seasoning mixture I have a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of some salt-free seasoning, traditional supreme, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and I have 1 whole teaspoon of poultry seasoning and 1 whole teaspoon of basil leaves, dried basil leaves. And this is the salt-free seasoning. I got this from the Dollar Tree. Mix it until all your pieces are coated. Take your chicken that you just seasoned and put it in a strainer. And then sit the strainer back inside your bowl so that it can dry out and there won't be no excess water in the chicken when you go to roast it in the oven. This process also marinates your chicken. So you just let it hang out until you're about to cook dinner. So, yeah. For our cabbage medley, we're going to use some Napa cabbage. I'm going to use half of this. And also a head of regular cabbage. So just half it. Have a bowl here for my cabbage off to the side. Take off outer leaves. I halved them. I'm only using 1/2 of this cabbage. I'm using this whole onion. I cut my onion in half and then I cut it in moons, 1/2-inch moons. We're going to add more color to our medley by adding colorful peppers. You can use the big colorful ones if you want to. Just use 1/4 of each. The red, the orange, and yellow. Or you can use the small mini ones like I do. I got 7 here. I got these babies sliced up. I took the tops of them off and de-seeded them. And I cut them in rings. I just laid it flat and cut the rings. And okay, we have everything cut up for our medley. Want to drizzle some oil in here, about a tablespoon. And I'm using grapeseed oil once again. You can use whatever oil you have on hand. We're going to put our seasoning mixture in here. I have a teaspoon of rosemary. I have a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. 1/4 teaspoon of white ground pepper. And a teaspoon of sea salt. I'm also going to add some garlic paste. About a teaspoon of garlic paste. And a teaspoon of lemongrass. You just want to mix everything. Just mix it as best as you can. I know it's a lot here, so just find a way to mix everything together so it'll be the herbs and seasonings and cabbages would all be mixed well. Our oven has been preheating to 450 degrees. We're going to put our chicken on our tray here. And this rack is just to make sure that the chicken is nice and crispy. The skin is going to be nice and crispy. Salty, yes. Alright, you're going to put these babies in the oven on 450 degrees Fahrenheit for about 35 to 45 minutes depending on your oven. Make sure your skillet, pot, or whatever you use for your cabbage medley is nice and hot. Put it on medium high. Drizzle some oil in here. Got a tablespoon of butter and about a half a tablespoon of oil. And you're going to cook this about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how the texture that you like your cabbage. I'm going to cook mine for 20 minutes. Once you got all your cabbage in here, you're going to add 1 cup of broth or water. Place your lid on. Turn your pot down to simmer. I'm going to put mine on 2. That's how I know it's on simmer. And let it simmer 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Look at our chicken. Look how crispy the skin is. Look at that. So taste and see. Our cabbage. I turned the stove off. Look at that. At this point, you can taste your cabbage and see if you want to add more salt, sea salt. Thank you guys for joining Master Chef Nay in the Kitchen Lab for more flavor and seasoned recipes. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Please let me know what I can make next. And if you make any of my recipes, don't forget to tag me on social media. And that mac and cheese right there, I placed the link in the description box below for the mac and cheese. I didn't record it because I already made a video for mac and cheese. Blessings.